Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Chrono Trigger. In the last part, we started off getting some side quests done until we got Chrono back, but we got Robo back too. And now Luca's mother can walk! And now that we've done that, I'm actually gonna, well, I did something off screen first off. I went to the Guardia Forest and did some tech grinding to get all the double and triple techs I can get at this point. Because now that I basically have 90% of the techs, I can get most of those double and triple techs. And now I had the party of Magus, Luca, and Ayla. Magus has the silver stud, Luca has the gold stud, and Ayla has the charm top. Because now that we're in 600 AD, we can access this area, Ozzie's fort. How you been? Yeah, this is kind of the first time they've seen each other in God knows how long at this point. Exactly how much time has passed since we raided Magus's lair is never quite exactly gone into. But he immediately calls Magus a traitor for working with us, even though, first off, we've proven that we're stronger than them, and secondly, there's only one human amongst them. Well, right now, at least. And hey, Flea's here too! Essentially, first off, this is Magus' little side quest, and it's Ozzie's lair. And throughout it, we're going to be fighting all three of the great generals again, starting off with Flea Plus. Flea Plus has 2500 HP, 2000 XP, 20 TP, 2000 gold. You can charm a flea vest from him, which I believe is a male exclusive piece of equipment, which gives you 12 magic defense. I think it's male exclusive. I might be thinking of the DS version.
You can charm the flea top from him here, the flea bush.
Yeah, I believe you can in both. First off, we're going to be fighting each character twice, as we'll see later on. I believe you can do it in both fights. Good strategy for this fight: Flare, Dark Bomb, and Triple Kick.
Wow, you're tackling 3 side quests?
Yes, because first off, the side quest part of the game, it actually moves along pretty quickly if you know how to edit.
That's fair.
So we're going to be doing a good amount in the next couple parts. Let's put it like this. We don't move on with story until, I want to say, part 16. Alright, next new enemies. Where's the battle screen?
What?
Ozzie, you're an idiot. So why did he hire you for a general again? Actually, that's the thing that's never really got into. Ozzie actually raised Magus. At least after he got here as Yanis.
But why? We saw him and the imps attacking him.
Well, Magus displayed some magical ability and defeated those imps. So, I guess Ozzie realized he wasn't exactly human. Which is odd. You think they go a bit more into that relationship, but they really don't. Either way, next up, it's time for Slash again.
Alright, Super Slash is 2500 HP, 2000 experience points, 20 TP, 2000 gold, and you can charm a Slash or 2 from him, which is a 155 attack weapon for Chrono.
Unlike the original Slasher weapon, though, it doesn't have the speed boosting capability. Really, these early fights in this area, you can defeat them in 1 or 2 techs, because the 2000 HP is pathetically low. Which, mind you, I guess they are kind of supposed to be joke characters at this point. Really? You're tempting us with a treasure chest? Yeah, no thanks. No, I do not. Nah. But, hello there, imp.
Boy, found it.
Ozzie, why did you not tell your minions about that? Oh, god damn it.
And why did he just stop?
Yeah. Either now that he's stopped, we actually can go back and grab that, which is a full leather. But also, secret passage! In here we get a magic tab, a doom sickle, a gloom helm, and gloom cape. Those are basically Magus's ultimate equipments. At least of his exclusive stuff. The magic tab, though, still goes to Robo. And now we have all 3 of them. So, basically what we got going on here, first off, they're equipping the things that they have. I believe you can still see them in the prior fights. Is we have a bit of a Magus Sisters kind of thing going on here. Oh, son of a bitch, I just realized the joke there. And they do have new stats. Flea Plus now has 4000 HP, 2500 XP, 30 TP, 1000 gold. And you go
Okay.
over Super Slash's second
So
stats.
Super Slash has 4,000 HP, 2,500 experience points, 30 tech points, and 2,000 gold again. Or I think that's it.
And Great Ozzie has 6,000 HP, 2,500 XP, 20 TP, 1,000 gold. You can charm the Ozzie Pants Room, which is a piece of headgear that gives you 45 defense. It's actually the best headpiece in the game, but it auto-chaoses you and drains your HP. Best strategy for this fight, start off with Boogie, just so you can get Flea stopped. And at that point, you want to charm from all three of them to get their items. And then you want to try and kill Flea and Slash at once, because if you kill one, the other will flee eventually. So you want to use a lot of multi-targeting techs like Dark Matter, or Dark Break even, because you can actually focus on Slash first, because Flea will be stopped for a bit. But the reason you want to stop Flea as well, is as long as Flea is stopped, they will not counter with their little triple tech thing, which actually does a decent chunk of damage. I forget what it's called,
Delta
though.
Force, because
Delta Force.
or
Yes.
Bad Impulse, because basically Chrono, Marl, and Luca have the same Delta Force tech.
Yes. So you want to kill one of them first. Slash, I think, has the lowest HP out of the three of them, which is why I want to go after him.
Also,
But also, just because Flea can be done like
yeah.
that. You do, after you kill Slash, though, you do want to focus on Flea immediately because you want to get her killed before she can run away.
Isn't it a he?
I don't know what to call. I don't know what to say. Flea. Let's just call it Flea.
Just call it.
Yeah. And after that, when Oz is alone, you just want to go all out. What are your general strategies?
I again have ultimate abilities by this point, so I just do multi-targets after charming all of them. And I usually have like really good equipment, so their multi-attacks don't hurt at all. Also, why are you charming his pants off and you getting them?
I don't know. It's
And
weird.
you're
Ozzy's
wearing
weird.
said pants on your head. You don't know where they've been.
Yeah. Which is all sorts of weird.
Did you?
Potentially. What you could do, I suppose, if you brought in other characters. Chrono use Luminaire. Marl, actually, what would I have Marl do? I don't know. Possibly a cube toss.
What I really
suppose,
like to do,
with
what I really
Ayla.
like to do is have Marl, Ayla, and Chrono in the party because after charming or double charming, if the first time doesn't work, I usually go ahead and use Final Kick, which is a really good shadow elemental attack. So
Yeah. Actually, Falcon Hit could be a potential good use, because then you could possibly hit Flea and Slash at once. Actually, that could be a good party setup there. Ayla, Chrono, Robo. Because then you could still use Boogie, but get Falcon Hit in as well.
ooh, that's a good way to think about it.
I'm not sure if you would be able to hit them both at once, though. You should be able to, because they're on the same basic altitude. Either way, we beat Ozzie again, but he's still running away, the little shit. But over here, we got some treasure chests containing a dash ring and a sight cap. Is one of those going on anyone? Dash ring is going on Magus, because Magus, that's actually one of the things he doesn't have going for them, is that he's kind of slow. And you might notice that now puts his speed to stars. Whenever you see a stat represented by stars, that means it's at max.
Max power. Yes.
Or max speed.
Max speed is definitely the speed that maxes out.
Yeah, you should go for speed first. Oh, great, you're going in ice again. Okay, that shouldn't be too bad. Okay, let's hit the switches in the background then. Okay, just fall down like you did before. But got me. Ow!
Oh,
Shut up, Kefka. And that does no damage, by the way. So, let's go back up there. Yeah, but you didn't think we'd come back, did you? All right, Ozzie. You and I, once again...
in the winner's circle. Also,
Yep.
Kitten.
What?
What?
What? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. And then he shattered without being ice. But yeah, now Ozzie's dead. We never see him again. And very anticlimactically, that's the end of the Mega
Killed
side
by
quest.
a kitten.
And now we're back at 1000 AD because well, first off, we're in Medina Village because now that Ozzie is dead, his descendant is a complete and total pushover, and the leader is now one of the imps from earlier. And Medina and Truce are starting to get a little, what's it called? Truce? Oh, I see what they did there. And, well, now things are all peaceful now. In fact, if you go into the park, there's no longer a statue to Magus. Although, actually, I didn't show it off now that I think about it. After you defeat Magus in 600, if you go back to the statue, it's now a statue of Ozzie.
Also, the weapons are now not pricey at all.
Yes, now that we've done that side quest, Medina is now actually very affordable. However, at this point, most of the equipment you can get elsewhere, or even better equipment. But it's nice to see the world develop like this. I wish more RPGs did this sort of thing, actually. Like, I could have seen some Tales of game doing this, to some extent. Like, now 10 gold. I think that's actually the cheapest inn in the game that's not Chrono's house.
I mean, in Tommaso in Final Fantasy VI, after talking to Strago, it's originally like 2,000 gil, and then it's reduced to like 1. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Though technically speaking, there's an even cheaper inn in that game. The one in Vector that's free. Quote unquote.
Free.
That is randomly free. Sometimes that stealing thing only happens
Are
sometimes.
you sure? It's happened to me every time.
And now we're... I swear I've had one where it didn't happen. And now we're on 2300 because you might notice there are some islands we haven't visited yet. We want to head towards the one in the southeast. Because now there's this area. Welcome to the Geno Dome. And I have... Oh, first off, I wanted to change my party setup. I think. I guess that's why I re-entered. Yeah, because now Robo's in the lead. Because you need Robo in the lead for this. And this is what my party's looking like. I brought in Magus just because he needs tech points still.
Why you have rainbow?
Because the Vigil hats are better. Vigil hats are one of the best headpieces in the game. And apparently they recognize Robo. They call him Prometheus, weirdly enough, which is odd because he should have a liver. Oh, God, enemies.
Debuggists! Ah! They have 1,024 HP, 452 experience points, 8 tech points, 450 gold dropped. Weak to thunder, of course, which is why Luminaire is amazing. You can charm an elixir from them, and they drop shields.
Not very hard enemies, but then again, their entire enemy line is kind of the joke enemy in the area. And I'll be honest, this area right here is one of the best parts in the game for level grinding, because, well, first off, Proto 4s. 1024 HP, 477 experience points, 8 TP, 800 gold, weak to thunder. There's a little hole just here right after this section ends, which will send you back to the entrance, in which case you can go back through that door and do this entire little conveyor belt sequence over again. Meaning you technically have one of the few places in the game that has infinite encounters. And that's really good for level grinding. I don't take advantage of it because I think the game's easy enough on its own. I don't need to grind for that. So I just kind of go through murdering everything. And now we're in the true part of the Geno Dome.
Humans.
And first off, you need Robo in the lead for this area. And this entire room is one giant puzzle. Also, random exposition about the Lavos disaster. This is the dust chute. That's what you need to use to go back to the entrance and do that entire sequence over again. The big thing with this area is that there are locked doors we cannot enter yet. Enemies that show up out of nowhere, honestly. And 2 Poyozo dolls that we need to get in order to access the end of the area. They are blocked off, though.
Why dolls, though?
I don't know. That's never been quite clear. The entire whole premise of what's going on in this little side quest here is never fully explained. And this computer tells us what we have to do here, essentially. Let's examine the door. To open locked doors, simply charge up the energy pods besides them. Energize first, then the pod to your left, and enter the other pods. The little pod to our left will electrify Robo, and if you enter the other pods that look like it, you can open doors. Conveyor belts we need to reverse. The robot machine will guard the figure in front of it unless something can mimic its movements perfectly. Essentially, we need to get it stuck. Thankfully, there's a second guard somewhere. And in order to access the area, we need to add the 2 dolls. So, yeah, that's basically it.
Dolls, though? It's so weird.
I don't know.
Okay, hold on a minute, boy. Laser guards can be found in multiple places in the game. They give out a lot of experience, actually. 400 HP, 100 defense, 30 matters defense, 346 XP, 8 TP, and 120 gold. Weak to thunder, you can charm a high potion for them.
Luminaire is good to go against them, but you can also actually use Laser Spin to take them out pretty easily. Shock is a viable option too, but I prefer Laser Spin. In fact, later fights against them, I generally try to use that.
I mean, by that point, Robo's magic attack is super good, so...
And just flip the left and right switches there to open up that pod. I forget how you're supposed to figure that out. I think it's just random luck.
No, I remember there's a thing that talks about it. I just always end up remembering the pattern.
Anyway, electrify Robo and run into the pod, and you open up a door. And here we get the first of the 2 Poyozo dolls we need. Well, I guess figurines. And if you wait around here for a sec, a speed tab shows up. That's one of the weirder ones in the game to find. I forget who I gave that to, though. Let me see. Luca.
Probably be Luca, since Luca's really slow.
Yeah. And now we can open up this pod, get some full tonics, and a lot of gold. Good lord. 50,000. That would have funded my
a whole nother,
vigil
you can buy
hats,
a whole
no
nother
issue.
vigil hat with that.
Yeah.
All that for one hat.
The vigil hats are very expensive, but they are worth getting. Oh, great. They're going on Terminator. Actually, now I think about it, that's actually a very viable comparison. I never thought about that, huh? Actually, I say that as a thing, but related note, did you ever play Dirge of Cerberus?
7? No.
2 songs for that, the credits theme and one of the themes in the final level, were done by a Japanese musical artist known as, I always mispronounce his name, it's like Gakto or something. And weirdly enough, there's a music video of his that has footage for some reason from the Terminator TV show in it, Sarah Connor Chronicles. Also, this is very annoying to get through.
Really? It's
Where
not
am
annoying
I?
at all.
I always have trouble figuring out where I am. I would have liked it if it was something like Final Fantasy 4 or 5, where when you're in invisible passageways like that, you can see yourself. Also, we hit that switch there to reverse the conveyor belt, so now we can actually access another thing in the area.
Also, you can go back up there to the end of the conveyor belt, and it plays like a "you did something wrong" like piece of music for some reason. I don't understand how that works.
I think it's because you probably got stuck in it. I've never done that myself. I actually didn't know about that. So that's interesting. Anyway, the reason you need to reverse the conveyor belt is because there's one more pod that we need to unlock, and we need to run all the way over there to get it. So if you didn't reverse the conveyor belt, you wouldn't. The charge would have worn off. But thankfully, with it reversed, we can now go through there. And there's the broken guard they were talking about. And now we need to escort this thing all the way over to its cousin. And this takes a while.
This is my least favorite part ever.
It basically shows the entire issue that the cat AI had at the beginning of the game. The cat seems to be locked to blocks. This thing can run really randomly. And now these two are forever staring at each other. But we got a free Vigil hat. And a Poyozo doll. Did I give that Vigil hat to anyone? I don't believe so. Oh no, I did. Frog. So now we've actually grabbed both figurines. Let's head back upstairs and head towards the end of this area.
You gave it to medieval Pepe, who's not Pepe.
Yeah. Also, I switched my party up for tech point reasons.
What?
What the
Pink robot.
hell? It's a shiny! Quick, grab the Ultra Balls!
But I'm out of Pokeballs.
On a serious note, though, this is Atropos, essentially an old friend of Robo who's hinted to have a weird romantic relationship with him, but it's never really gone into. But apparently, as Robo's going over, Atropos has changed. She wants to kill humans. And Robo, being his honorable, I like these people self, has a weird decision to make. Betray his friends or destroy his oldest. And if you don't have Robo in your party, or at least, I think you actually, are you allowed to having him in your party?
Robo's
in this area?
required.
I've never tried. I'm not sure. I've heard you can fight Atropos with not just Robo, but either way. Atropos has 6,000 HP, and that's about it. However, her gimmick is she has every tech that Robo has. I'm not sure if she has every single one you have at that point, or if she has every single one he can get.
I know she has up to Ozzie Punch. I haven't seen her use Shock before.
She has the Robo Tackle, though, which you need to be careful of because her version of it halves your HP. And she can also put Robo to sleep. Best strategy, spam Ozzie Punch, and hopefully you'll win before she can reduce your HP too much. Though if you have to, you can use Heal Beam. I do kind of wish they played a different song here, though, because this is supposed to be a pretty emotional moment for Robo. So just playing the generic boss theme is kind of...
I would have also liked if they played like a more techno theme, I guess.
Or like a somber remix of Robo's theme. I do wish they went more into the whole backstory of Robo and his robotic brethren. But I'm guessing due to either time constraints or the fact they never really bothered to, it's not really delved into. Even Chrono Cross doesn't go in too much into any of the backstory with that. And she also self-destructs, so make sure you have a good enough amount of HP to survive it, but it doesn't do too much. And with that, our row battle is over. And it seems that apparently Atropos was being controlled. She wasn't herself because she didn't want to be. She was reprogrammed, and now that we've beaten her, she's back to her old self. But, however, that battle, I guess we put one too many Ozzie punches in there because we've caused her to cease function. But for doing that, we get Atropos' Ribbon, which is a permanent 3 boost to speed and what was it, like 10 to magic defense? And I forget if that stacks. I know you can get that every single playthrough.
I'm pretty sure it does stack.
So that's why at this point I'm stopping giving speed tabs to Robo, just because he has a way to get that. And you can also get a tab and elixir up there. The problem with getting that tab, though, is now the all somber music is gone. Now it's just back to the generic factory theme.
That sucks.
So now we know the Mother Brain is the real villain here. She wants humans destroyed for some Terminator reason.
That's one reason why I would have liked to have Singing Mountain in the game, because there's not enough, like, super emotional songs in the game. So...
yeah, what the hell is going on? Oh, a human recycling plant. Oh god, this is Terminator. We never find out what happened to that guy, by the way. But there's a full other over here, which is very important to me because full others are nice.
Money is important. I sell them.
The thing is about this game is that almost all the side quests... well, first off, I'm bringing in Ayla for reasons you'll see soon. The side quests almost all have some semblance of character growth to them. Like Robo did this, it has both this and the Fiona side quests, and some others have their own as well. But while they grow characters, some of them just kind of leave some plot that it's hanging. What the hell, computers? What the hell? Krieger's waifu from Archer? Either way, this is Mother Brain. She's basically the brain of the factory that assembled Robo and every one of his kind. And she wants Robo to join him and destroy humans, but Robo likes us too much. So he's gonna betray his original purpose and fight his mother, essentially.
Welcome to... why am I forgetting it so suddenly? Metroid. Welcome to Metroid.
Mother Brain.
Why did I forget that? I'm stupid. Welcome, Mother Brain, and frickin' Metroid. 5,000 HP, 3,000 XP, 40 tech points, 3,000 gold. You can charm a blue mail from her, Can Chaos, or Omnilock. What? I didn't know she could do that.
It's rare. Basic strategy for this, use Boogie so that the displays don't do anything. At that point, you just want to focus on the mother after charming the thing from her.
You can also charm elixirs from the displays, I think.
Yeah, Ozzie Punch and Double Bomb are your best ways to go about there, and then Triple Kick when you can. This is actually a pretty short fight. The displays, though, actually do have their own stats. 1 HP, they cure Mother Brain, and yeah, you can charm an elixir. You want to boogie them because, honestly, they're not worth killing. And while they only restore 1,000 HP per, Well, actually, no, it's not. It's Hypno Wave, not Boogie. My bad. Hypno Wave is what you do. That puts them all to sleep. And at that point, you can just focus on Mother Brain. I actually remember having a lot of issues my first time around this fight because I didn't realize that the displays could be put to sleep somehow. Actually, now I think about that makes sense. Sleep mode. Huh. But once you know what to do, this is actually a pretty simple
I just
fight.
ended up killing the displays off just to make it easier.
I do believe the displays can be
No.
brought back to life, though, can't they?
At least I've never seen them brought back to
could've
life.
sworn. I do wish that they played Robo's theme for this fight, though, because it would make sense. Also, Double Bomb is great. I think it's actually the most damaging dual tech in the game. Because as you just saw there, it did 3,500. Good lord. And with that, we've destroyed Mother Brain, and thus
The end
shut
of
down this
Metroid.
factory,
Samus is a
actually. But we also got the Terra Arm and the Crisis Arm, which are both Robo's
What?
ultimate
The Crisis
weapons.
Arm sucks.
But first off, yeah, the dome has ceased function. There's not. It's basically Robo's now the only one left of his kind. Either way, as for those arms, the Terra Arm is just an overall powerful weapon, whereas the Crisis Arm has more power dependent on. The description is actually wrong. It does more power dependent on what's in the ones digit of your HP. So if it's 9, you're going to be doing a lot of damage. If it's not, you're going to be doing less and less as it goes. It's essentially similar to some of those weapons that do more damage.
Oh, okay.
When you're low
I was
HP.
thinking like, oh great, I have to be at 50 HP and then have something deal exactly 40 damage to be at 10 HP or below.
Yeah, it's a very confusing weapon. But when you have a 9 in your last digit, it is a very powerful weapon, but I prefer the Terra Arm overall. And now we're going after our next side quest
Please
with
tell me you
Marl,
put on the
Ayla, and
ruby
Luca.
armor and or red mails. Black.
A red mail, the Taban suit already has fire absorbing thing, and the Ayla has the red vest.
Okay, the Son of the Sun is my favorite boss in the game, actually. He has 12,000 HP, 255 defense, 100 magic defense. He drops 2,000 gold, 40 tech points, 3,800 XP, immune to all elements, and you can charm a blackmail from him. He has a shadow attack, and he can also counterattack with flare if you're not paying attention.
The Flames also have their own stats. 30,000 HP, 254 defense, 99 magic defense, and they absorb elements. The thing is with this fight is that he's obviously fire elemental, so have all the fire absorbing equipment. You want to physically attack the Flames one by one until you find one that causes a ding sound effect. That causes the main body to take a certain amount of damage. You also want to haste all your party members because then you can just get attacks more often. Basically, this is a puzzle fight. Attack one of the flames until you find the right one, in which case it'll do damage to it.
Like so.
This fight can take a bit, and I think the damage is almost always within a 200 range. I don't think it depends on how much damage you do. And this fight could take a while, I'll be perfectly honest. I forget how long we're here for, but we're here for a bit. It's a very interesting boss fight, but it's kind of eh. A strategy I know some people like to use is to actually use Magus's black hole tech when I think he's in the lead of the party or something, which will actually remove the front 2 flames from the battle, which in some ways would give you a 33% chance of getting it right. However, that can also kill off the right flame, meaning you need to wait until the next rotation in order to actually be able to damage it. Heal when needed, obviously, but this fight, while interesting in concept, also kind of tends to drag on a bit. At least when you find the right one to hit, it goes a bit faster, but once he shuffles, it just starts to go kind of eh.
Yeah, it's an interesting fight. It's one of my favorites in the game, at least in terms of optional.
If I remember, didn't it give you a lot of trouble in your LP, actually?
I'd have to look back, but I usually have difficulty with this guy. Normally I don't have a lot of difficulty because at that point I would have red mails and ruby armors and also black mail. So, can you charm from the flames at all?
Yes, you get an elixir for that, actually. I forgot to mention that. Part of me wishes that this fight had a secondary strategy you can go that could, like, kill it in 3 turns, because that would be something I would program in a boss like this. But sadly, we have to take the long way around. But at least we get to hear more of this song.
I'm currently looking for that Son of the Sun video in the LP. I need to get back to uploading again, actually.
And we all have our issues. I do have to wonder, though, why this area looks exactly like the Ocean Palace. I mean, this is obviously supposed to be that Temple of the Sun area that was in Zeal. It just crash landed and had a mountain around it now for some reason. But having it look exactly like your secret underground base is kind of weird. You think it would look kind of more like the towns in Zeal. This is also one of the few fights where Lucca's physical attacks are really good.
Well, I mean, until you get that one weapon.
Yeah, that one weapon. Either way, Son of the Sun, not a very hard fight, but it can be kind of tedious. And I got Antipode 3, which is weird because it looks like it should be Antipode 2 or Flare, because the animations are weirdly confusing. But the Son of the Sun has become the SunStone, which you might remember someone in Zeal mentioned, if we put it under a sunlight, it'll charge for energy as long as it's in there. Thus begins the other half of this side quest. We want to head on over to 600 AD, southwest of the Elder's house in Por. Our specific one is that actually it's the island in the very northeast, but I head southwest because it's a bit quicker because thankfully map loops.
Ugh.
This is the Sun Keep. There is a constant shine of sun in here as well as a power tab. And we want to place the SunStone in here, but not in 600. I only did that to get that tab, which I'm giving to Ayla, by the way. We want to place it in that exact place in 65 million. Thus, it'll be there in the future when we go pick it up. Since while people would normally have to wait for it to be charged, we can go there and lickety-split. So let's head on over to 2300-ish. That's the farthest we can go. All right, free infinite power. Here we come.
Infinite power.
Wait, what the hell? Where is it? If you actually have Magus in your party, he'll actually mention it's been missing for around 1300 years. So let's go check back in 1000. I actually remember when I was playing the game, I was actually mashing the button during that specific time warp section, so I almost accidentally went to 1999.
Well, I mean,
that would have been bad.
You can run away, technically.
But it's not here either, so that means it must roughly be in this age. So let's go check around. Let's check out Por first.
All right, I'm currently checking. It doesn't look like I had a lot of trouble. He just ended up doing a lot of damage because I didn't have very good magic defense at the time.
Gee, I wonder where it could be. Yeah, the poor elder has it. And he's going to give it to us for free. If you didn't do the jerky thing with his ancestor earlier in the game, he would not give it to you, which is why I did that. So now let's place it back and now head over to 2300. Admittedly, you could have saved buying the jerky and such for right now, but I just did it earlier in the game because I could. Streamline things a bit.
Since you don't have to go back and do it at that point.
Yeah. So now let's grab it with roughly 65,2,300 years of energy worth in it. And they immediately actually take it to the place where it's going to get modified at Lucca's house. And for doing this, we get 2 things. One of which, as we're going to see, is Lucca's ultimate weapon, quote-unquote.
The Wonder Shot.
Which is an interesting weapon. It has a base damage, but the way it works is that it works off a multiplier. It's completely random on how much it does. Sometimes it does a great amount of damage, sometimes it does like 20.
It's kind of like the hammers and the fork in 9 and 12.
Yeah. And you also get the sunshades for it, which I believe boosts magic defense?
It ups attack power. I think.
Right. I usually give that to people like Magus.
I mean, Up's attack power is a little bit weird of a way to describe it, honestly.
Yeah. I think it does like a multiplier or something. Either way, it's pretty good. The Wonder Shot, though, it can be a really good weapon, but it really is all dependent on your luck. But I think it's going to be worth having on for her for a while. But with that, we're going to need to end this off here. Thank you guys for watching, and in part 15, we're going to be continuing on with more side quests before heading off towards the end game.
See you guys
Dead.
then.